Before we get started on today's video, I just want to let you know that my sustainable and ethical clothing brand, YDYB, has 10% off using code Happy New Year. January sucks. I'm sorry to state it so plainly, but it does. It's cold, it's dark, it's cold. So I wanted to see if there was a way to beat the January blues, but without making it a New Year's resolution, because to be honest, I don't think I've ever kept a New Year's resolution in my life. So I decided that I would work out every single day of December, kind of like a pre-New Year's resolution, if you will. So I like to get in there early. I hope that by doing this, I could create an exercise routine that I could actually stick to throughout the whole of 2023, having done the hardest part, which is actually creating the habit in ye olde 2022. But before we get into me sweating a lot, it's time to visit everyone's favourite corner. Welcome back to the Integration Corner, everyone's unofficial favourite corner of the internet. If you're thinking, Eleanor, that outfit looks an awful lot like the exact same one you wore in the last Integration Corner that you uploaded, I would say that is a lie, and I will sue you. It's university deadline season, so I have not changed, showered, felt the sweet embrace of a good night's sleep. I'm sorry for looking like a small potato. I know a lot of people make health and fitness related goals in January, so I thought it would be the perfect time to partner with Ritual, who are the sponsor of this part of today's video. Every single day of this 30-day challenge, I have been taking Ritual Essential Protein. And the reason for that is because their essential protein has 20 grams of vegan pea protein from fully traceable sources, and it's got all 9 amino acids in. No man left behind. Like all Ritual products, their essential protein is soy-free, gluten-free, vegan-friendly, contains no major allergens, artificial sweeteners, or colors, and if GMOs aren't your cup of tea, they also use non-GMO ingredients. And if all that wasn't enough, their vanilla flavor is handcrafted using direct from farmer vanilla bean extract, sustainably harvested in Madagascar. And their pea protein is derived from peas grown in the USA using regenerative farming practices. Their essential protein is available in daily formulas to suit people at all different stages of their life. They've got 18 plus, 50 plus, pregnancy and postpartum. And if you fancy adding a little bonus spice, they also have a selection of vitamins available to help continue the support at all stages of life. So if you're hearing that and it sounds fun and fruity fresh and you want to try Ritual for yourself, you can get a massive 30% off your first month with Ritual by going to ritual.com/Ellbat30 and using code Ellbat30 at the checkout. Or if you're like me and you're really sick of typing, because I've typed like 9,000 words in the last 2 days, you can just click the link in the description down below, and then you don't have to type anymore. You don't have to do it. No more typing. Thank you to Ritual for sponsoring this part of today's video, and thank you to you for watching it until the end. Unless, of course, you didn't watch it until the end and you just skipped here thinking I wouldn't notice, in which case that thank you is not for you. In fact, I'm not even going to look you in the eyes unless you go back right now and watch it all. And then click on the link in the description down below, and then also like the video. Then, and only then, will I look you in the eyes. It is officially the 1st of December, which means that it's time to do my first workout of the next 30 days of workouts. I am gonna go to a workout class. It's pretty tough from what I've experienced thus far. I joined it recently because I was like, I need to get my fitness level up a little bit before I do 30 workouts in 30 days. And it is rough, I'm gonna be honest. As part of this challenge, I decided to enroll in a class called Orange Theory, which is a HIIT-based workout. It's an hour long, and you get a heart rate monitor. Everyone in the class has a heart rate monitor, and everyone's heart rate is put on a screen. So basically, if you're not working hard enough, everyone knows it. And that feels bad. Tell you what feels worse, when your heart rate is in the red zone at 99% capacity and everyone else is chilling at like 80. Honestly, that HIIT workout is one of the hardest workouts I've ever done because it's just relentless. I did end up doing less of those than I thought I would during this challenge, mainly because they were so intense that I thought I was dying, in a good way. Okay, I just got back and I am so unfit and exhausted. You ever like overestimate your own fitness levels to the point where you push yourself during a workout so hard that you might pass out? We were on the rower and I was just giving it my all, my everything, and I could not bring it back after that. Anyway, I am sufficiently exhausted, which means at least I will sleep well tonight. That's a good thing. I'll be well rested. I'm trying to force optimism here because I know I have another 29 days of this, so I'm gonna turn the camera on day 12. It's just me crying. I can't do this anymore. Week 1 was incredibly hard. In fact, I almost forgot and accidentally gave up on day 2. Okay, so it is 11:54 and I still haven't worked out today. So I did all of my uni work this morning. I did all of the launch stuff from like 12 to 6 p.m. and then I did my stream from then till now. So I've actually not had any time to work out today. We're gonna do a little workout on YouTube, a little yoga workout, and everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. No one panic. It's gonna be okay.
Exhale, last one. Shifting forward, navel draws up, up, up. Find that flat back position, excuse me. Lift it up halfway.
Yeah. The fact that I almost failed this early on is incredible. It's only day 2. This is just gonna go so well. I decided that a great way to test my fitness would be to do a timed mile at the beginning and end of this challenge. And hopefully I would see a massive improvement at the end. Because this is a lot of time I'm investing into this challenge. Okay, it is Saturday the 3rd of December. We're on day 3. So I think I'm gonna go and do some running at the gym for my exercise for today. I got a time of 11 minutes and 29 seconds. This is the slowest mile I have ever ran, and I was really embarrassed about it. But I told myself that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, or in my case, the journey of one singular mile starts with 31 days of training. I think there's a common misconception that if you are slim or have a slim build, you are fit. And whilst you can definitely have a slim build and be fit, being slim does not in and of itself mean you are fit. I put on about 10 to 15 pounds in the middle of last year, which in and of itself is absolutely fine. Your weight fluctuates throughout your life, so whatever shape it takes at any given time it is what it is. However, I had completely stopped working out. In fact, I basically stopped moving at all. I didn't really go outside. I was just sleeping, eating, working at my desk, and then repeating the exact same thing the next day. I was out of breath walking up the stairs. I don't think I've ever felt in and of myself quite so unfit. And it really impacted me mentally. I did not feel motivated to do anything. I was sleeping in because I wasn't sleeping very well. I just genuinely felt a bit lost. It reminded me of the start of lockdown, to be honest. And I say this because I don't want people to think that this video is primarily motivated by the aesthetics of fitness, as in, you know, getting abs or or whatever. Abs are great. Love a good ab, but for me, this challenge was primarily motivated by the fact that I needed it. Day 6 of exercising every single day. We're going to my workout class, which is the most intense form of exercise that I get to do. I also messed up my back a bit yesterday, so we're gonna see how this goes. Also, I just checked my phone. It's actually day 7. It's been a whole week. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a little bit tired physically. I kind of had a lower impact week this week, so I've only done, this will be my 2nd intense workout class this week. But I'm feeling physically okay, just a little tired. Mentally, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little bit difficult to motivate myself to exercise every day. I'm basically bullying myself to do it. I genuinely think that filming it is the only reason I've managed to stay to it this week, which, you know, maybe it'll get easier as the time goes on. We'll have to see. Right, I've got to go because I'm running late, so I'll see you in a minute. Exercise has been scientifically proven to help increase levels of dopamine in your brain. This is the happy hormone and can significantly improve the symptoms of anxiety or depression. This is why you hear people talk about the runner's high, which is the experience of feeling elated and happy after going on a run. And it's because your brain is just literally flooding you with happy drugs. Exercise can also help with your productivity and motivation because it increases the development of new mitochondria, which for those of you who don't know is the powerhouse of the cell. This increases the amount of ATP produced over time. ATP is a chemical released by the mitochondria which your body can use for energy. This creates more disposable energy for your body and your brain, helping to increase your motivation and productivity.
You guys gonna be a team of 3? Maybe first captain round 1, first captain round 2, and then captain round 3.
By day 7, I was mentally starting to notice improvements. I was waking up easier in the mornings because I was sleeping better. I found that I was beginning to somewhat unconsciously start eating more nutritious foods, which I didn't really expect, but I was kind of grateful for because I really had a sugar addiction. Physically, however, I was in pain. My body is very sore this morning. My arms, it hurts in places I didn't know could hurt. It's actually YDYB launch day today, so we're launching 4 new hoodies and 2 colorways of this new fleece pile jacket that we have. They are incredibly comfy and warm, so if you're looking for something, feel free to grab one. I ended up working out in my pajamas a lot, which it seems very odd looking back at the footage actually, but the amount of effort that it would take to get undressed, find exercise clothes, to get dressed into exercise clothes, it seemed like such an astronomical task, especially because it's cold. Like, I don't want to get naked when it's cold, okay? I don't want to get changed. It's cold. I know it sounds incredibly dramatic to say that, but I genuinely felt like it was such a colossal task. So I just cut it out. I wanted to make it easier for myself. It was around day 10 that I started to notice some physical changes happening. I started to notice the appearance of my baby abs. They were very swollen, so they disappeared very quickly the next day when I woke up. But that's not the point. They were there briefly, and I will hold on to that. I got to the halfway mark, and at this point, I'm gonna be honest with you, I knew I was gonna make it. There were doubts earlier on in this challenge, but by day 15, I knew I would be all right. And this is because I was starting to notice actual improvements in my fitness. During the first week and a half, I had struggled to jog for more than 20 minutes on the treadmill without feeling exhausted. By day 15, I started to notice that I had managed to increase that to 40 minutes of jogging on the treadmill.
How's your tiredness level?
I'm very tired. I'm 40 minutes in, and like my body feels fine. Sorry, I can't hear you, but like my brain is like tapping out. So it's a mental battle. And when I came off the treadmill, I could continue working out. I did some ab exercises, or I did some low weight leg exercises. I was starting to feel fitter. I felt this shift in my head from dreading working out every single day to kind of being excited by it. And a huge part of that is because that dopamine was starting to kick in. I was remembering how good I felt after exercise, which then made me want to exercise because I was like, hey, you felt great after doing that. So I started to feel good before exercise too. So I have a cold sore. It's absolutely giant and it won't stop growing. I thought it would go away. Has not. So we stuck with it. Anyway, this is the gym outfit, minus the slippers, they're not coming. We are looking much fitter. See, look at that. That is some kind of muscle. It's, I'm not gonna say it's a big muscle, but look, it is there. By day 20, I did my first indoor 1-hour jog. Today is day 21. It is my 3rd week. We're entering the 3rd week of exercising every single day. When I don't run, when I do like a more leaned back type of exercise, when I do like my at home like ab workouts or whatever, I do miss the intensity of my other workouts. Like I crave running, which is something I've not done in years. So I'm gonna go to the gym now with Jean, and I think we're gonna do like a run together, which is nice. And I'm gonna sweat. And I'm gonna feel good about it. It did alternate a bit between running, jogging, and high incline walking, which I don't think is cheating really. It just helped boost my fitness across wide spectrums. My jogging speed had increased to 5.5 miles per hour during this time, which means that's what I was running on for most of the hour. And my sprinting speed when I was on the treadmill had gotten to 11. I also started to notice more definition on my abs and also on my arms at this point. Gun show, you're welcome. On Christmas Eve, we headed down to my parents' house for Christmas and I did an at-home workout. Then Christmas Day came. It is the 25th of December and as you can tell from my festive gear, I am going for a run and trying not to get ran over. Everyone say hi to my YouTube channel. Jean is also going on a run, but we're going on separate routes because he wants to run in the woods and I've seen enough scary movies to know that I will not be doing that. I actually really enjoyed my Christmas run, which is funny because that was the one that I was kind of dreading the most out of all of this. Traditionally, Christmas is a day where you kind of just don't do anything but eat. So slippy. I ended up going on the path, off the path and into the woods, and I regret it. If I get murdered, just know I was not okay with it. It was an accident. Not on the murderer's behalf, I imagine they killed me on purpose. This was the first time since starting the challenge that I had really taken a moment to just appreciate my body and enjoy running. I felt like myself, a really happy version of myself, and it was kind of amazing, to be honest. Over the next few days, I alternated between the gym and home workouts, trying to prepare myself for the final day, December 31st. Okay, we just walked into the gym. It is 9:47 on New Year's Eve. I am really pulling in a late one here. This is my final workout of my month of working out. It's the last one. In shocking news, which is surprising to everyone, there is no one in the gym. Not a single person. It's almost like they've all got lives and they've gone out for New Year's. When I started this challenge, I think I was running about a 12-13 minute mile, which is not great, admittedly, but I was not very fit, and you know, my body wasn't feeling its best, and I just hadn't run in a long time. I ran a 10-minute mile the other day. Now, I have eaten a burger today and a lot of chocolate. Do I think that that is going to be conducive of my best mile time ever? Probably not, but it doesn't hurt to try. It's weird because I'm getting kind of sentimental about the year whilst in the gym, and it's an odd place to feel sentimental because, you know, it's just covered in other people's sweat. I feel like this is the first time in a long time that I feel like I am entering a new year genuinely happier in mind, body and spirit than I have in a while. So I'm gonna run, hopefully my fastest time that I have run since starting this challenge, but it's not gonna be my last run because I'm gonna keep doing this. Maybe not every day, but every other day, you know, I'm gonna keep this habit because it's just made me feel good, and I think there's no reason why we shouldn't do things that make us feel good. The time is still going, but you know what? Okay, so I didn't realise how I could get it to show you the time. That it was 1 mile in 9. Hold on, It was 1 mile in 9 minutes and 16 seconds, which is the fastest mile I think I've ran since I was about 15. I'm so filled with like endorphins and serotonin and adrenaline right now. I feel like I'm on the moon. I'm just so chuffed. I'm genuinely so chuffed. You can tell I'm happy because that middle vein is popping. Whenever that vein pops, you know I'm having a great time because that only comes out for special occasions. Why does it look like an A? Oh my gosh, it looks like the Eiffel Tower on my forehead. Oh, I've got a landmark of Paris on my forehead. That is incredible. Incroyable, should I say. My mile time improved by over 2 minutes. I know it's not the speediest mile ever, but for me, that is a huge improvement. But this doesn't mention perhaps the most important change, which was my mental health. I don't feel frustrated and eternally bogged down. I have energy to do things. I have motivation to work and create. I take walks in the day because I've now associated movement with a clear mind. I sleep better. I wake up earlier. I eat better, which was a complete accident, but that I'll take it. I am the happiest I've been in a long time, and it all started with that first god-awful day in the gym. Full disclosure, because I'm an honest woman, what can I say? I did actually have 2 days off during this challenge, one of which was because of an injury. I pulled my back during one of the days and I just didn't feel like aggravating it further. And the second one was because I had period pains up the wazoo. Well, literally up the wazoo in this case. It was awful, and I was not having it. This video isn't really supposed to be a body transformation video because the aesthetics of fitness weren't really what I was after in this video. I just wanted to feel fitter and I wanted to be happier. But I know a lot of people will be interested in how my body changed over 31 days. Like, what does your body do when you work out that much? So here is my before and after. I wasn't going to include this in the video, which is why I didn't really take a proper before picture, so apologies for that. If you're struggling to find the motivation to get started on a fitness plan or a fitness routine, just remember that movement is important for your body and for your mind. Exercise is a form of self-care and you deserve care, ultimately. So be kind to yourself. And as always, give my kisses to your mother.